Father Javier Cortez has become a lightning rod for parishioners calling out for help. He hears horrific stories of people who've been threatened, are missing, or have been killed. For years, church leaders across Mexico have remained relatively silent in the face of drug violence. Around 100,000 people have been killed or are missing and feared dead. Cortez says it's time for the church to speak out.
The rise of these self-defense groups indicates how fed up people are. We've gotten tired of being surrounded by death, and when you're tired, that's when you say enough.
The people have become so desperate here in Apatzingán that the Catholic Church here has released statements that are stronger, perhaps, than what we've seen from any other diocese in Mexico. They've said that specific criminal groups, even naming them, like the Knights Templar, are responsible for much of the violence, and they're also calling on the federal government to come in and stop the violence now. Across from the church is Apatzingán City Hall. It's where people took cover on October 26 as shots rang out when vigilante groups tried to march on Apatzingán. For months, the self-defense forces avoided the town because of the drugs cartel menace. Earlier this year, vigilantes across Michoacan's so-called Tierra Caliente started to fight back. The mayor of Apatzingán says the town isn't a cartel base, but acknowledges violence nearby.
We can't hide the fact that there have been a lot of killings. There's been a wave of violence between these groups, the vigilantes and the Knights Templars, as they fight for territory.
Dr. José Manuel Mireles is one of the vigilantes' leaders. For safety's sake, we had to meet him an hour's drive from Apatzingán. He's one of the leaders pushing for the arrest of cartel leaders. He says Michoacan's security and economy depend on it.
If we let these criminals keep their hold on Apatzingán, the financial disaster of the entire region will be worse, because they took control of all our packing plants.
And if the government doesn't bring the cartel down, Mireles says he and his men will set up their community police force in Apatzingán, a move which threatens more bloodshed. Caught in the middle of the conflict are people who've been squeezed off dying farms. They hope the killings will end soon.